I'm gonna start my design by using my favorite base coat. Right now this is my favorite one by Nails Inc. It's called Nail Kale Base Coat. I'm going to be using two different colors in my design today. This one is from Paese and it's called 01 Perfect Gray. And the other one is from Gosh Copenhagen and it's called 627 Denim Delight. I'm going to be alternating the dark and the light color of this design. I'm going to be using the light colors on my ring finger and my thumb and the dark colors on the others. I'm gonna go straight ahead and clean my edges. I put a new tip on my corrector pen and I put some nail polish remover without acetone in the lid of the polish remover. I'm gonna dip my new tip in there, just slightly dry it off on the paper. And I'm always starting with the lighter color when I'm going to correct the edges. I try to do this as soon as I can so that the polish is still wet and hasn't dried yet, because it's just so much easier to get it off at that point. Also, when I do a second layer, I'm much more able to be way more careful when I do that. That looks fine. And now I've cleaned my edges and my first layer is dry. So I'm going in with the second layer of my color. And as you can see, I'm not trying to do anything other than just really add to some opacity to the color so that it isn't see-through anywhere. I want the color to be solid. There. And this way, when I'm careful putting the second layer on, I do not have to clean my edges again if I'm careful. So next step is to add a fast dry top coat. I don't know why it took me so long to find out that a fast dry top coat is really useful, but I can only recommend that you try it. It dries all the layers of your polish very quickly and gets you ready to start stamping something really quick. So this one is my favorite, but I have not tried any fast dry top coats that I didn't like, but this one is by far my favorite. Again, I'm starting with the lighter one so that if it does pick up a little bit of the color, it won't be the dark color going on to the light polish. So my polish is dry and ready for stamping, and I'm really liking the results of this manicure to stamp on it. Really think it looks good. I'm starting off on the darker colors, and I'm gonna use this plate from Picture You. It's called Picture You F018, and I'm gonna be using the two lines here, and I'm gonna try and emulate a stitching, because the dark color is called Denim Delight, and so I just want to try and emulate the stitching on a pair of jeans. And I'm gonna do it by gonna try and mix two colors and see if I can get that sort of yellowy, slightly worn color that denim stitching usually has. And in order to try and get to that color, I'm gonna mix an orange that has number 22, and this one, which has lost the number, but it's called something like Something for Pennies, and it's also clear jelly stamper, and it's a copper color. Also, what I have ready are little strands of invisible tape, so that I can clean my stamper, because the pattern is very small and it's gonna pick up some of the patterns on the sides. So in order to mix it, I'm gonna add a drop of the copper color and a drop of the orange color, just like that. Yep. And then I'm gonna scrape it a couple of times to make the mix and see if I have that color combination that I want. I have my stamper here. Just gonna real lightly pick it up. To me, this looks good. So I'm gonna go in with my tape and clear out these two sides. And I'm going in first on this side. I'm going to try and place it, and then I'm going to use the rest of the design to cut over here so that it looks like that the stitching is going this way as well. Alright, that was it. It's not really picking up on the camera, but it looks real good in real life. I'll try and get shots of it so you can see what it looks like. Alright, and for the lighter color of the design, I'm gonna go in with a different pattern from this plate, which is called XY-L12, and I'm going in with a very cute pattern, some beautiful twirls. I'm gonna be stamping with this beautiful color from Clear Jelly Stamper, which is called Antique Luster. It has number 90. And I'm just going to go in on the top with a bit of the color here. Scrape it gently and pick it up very gently. To me, this is not a perfect scrape, but it isn't so bad because I don't need all of this down here, so I'm going to use it. I'm just going to be careful with my placing. There. And the reason why I'm choosing something so dissimilar is because I like something that has a bit of roughness or wildness or texture to it, like this design has, and combine it with something a bit more cute and a bit more laid back. This is something I often do. I like that combination. And something else about this Antique Luster, the reason also why I love this color so much to stamp with it, because it's really dark, but it isn't black, and it has a shimmer to it, which gives it a way softer expression than a black stamping polish would. So the stamping is done, and I need to clean up my edges again, and I wanted to share with you a little trick, is to use invisible tape to get some of the stamping colors on the skin away. It makes it so much simpler. Right now it isn't much of an issue because there isn't much on my edges, but with other designs there can come a lot of those stamping polishes on the skin, and I do not like to use the liquid tape. So I'll use the sticky tape as the solution on my sides before I go in and clean up the little bits with a corrector pen. That makes cleanup so much easier. So I finished my cleanup of the stamping on the sides, and I'm going in with this Moira stamping polish top coat. As you can see, it has been dragging a bit on some of my designs, which is why it has a bit of a pinkish color to it. And this is not my favorite stamping top coat, but it's the one that I have right now. Of the ones I've tried, I definitely preferred the clear jelly stamper top coat for stamping. But this is what I have, and I'm going to use it real carefully. When I apply it, I'm going to really be careful to just very gently float it over the design so that it does not drag on it. And again, I'm finishing off with the darker bit of the design. So my top coat is dry, and I've washed my hands very gently in cold water. And normally I would suggest that you go in with a quick dry top coat for longevity of your manicure. I will not be doing that because I will be doing a new manicure with a new design tomorrow. But if you're doing this and you want it to last, you should definitely put on a top coat. If you're feeling up for it, I would suggest maybe going in with a matte top coat on the darker colors to give it even more of that denim feel. Also to contrast it to the shiny, brighter color here. I like this one from Indepth matte top coat. It's just really nice to put on. It dries rather quickly, but also it gives it a very satin, smooth surface, which is actually really nice to touch. I do have other bigger brands matte top coats, and I don't really like them because it feels like they starve the whole polish of anything. It looks too dry when it dries. So this is my go-to for a great matte top coat. What I am going to do, however, is I'm going to go in. Yeah, sorry for for the way it looks. It had a sticker there. And this is my favorite thing to use on my cuticles. And it's almost finished. But as you can see, I have serious issues with dry cuticles, probably because I do so many manicures. But I'm going to go in just like a chapstick or something around the edges, and I'm gonna massage it in, and when I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in with a hand lotion to sort of try and secure that whole. This is a foot cream, but I also use it as a hand lotion. use anything you prefer. And yes, for the dry cuticles, I do have a new way of doing it, but it'll be sometime later. I'll do a video on how, if you have the same issues with the dry cuticles as me, how you can prevent it. I just need to invent it first. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you like my design. If you do, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.